Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. I was gonna say happy Monday, but I took last night off, so we're here tonight. And I know I didn't give you guys a time, but I'm about 15 minutes later than I normally plan to go live. But today's my dad's birthday, so we are having birthday dinner and cake, and now I'm here to craft with you guys. Just gonna get us pulled up over here. Oop, better mute us. There we go. Hello, Haley. All right, so last week we did our last Valentine's craft. Oh my goodness. And it is a double-sided shelf sitter. Sorry for the noise. Hi, Rachel. So it's gonna fit in this piece, which I didn't paint last week, and I might not today. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, it says, "Be my Valentine." So this is side one. We painted it last week, "Be My Valentine." And now today we're gonna work on our very first, hello Tina. We're gonna work on our very first St. Patrick's Day kit, which is the other side of the painter. I apologize for all the noise. I went to go, so I just explained, you know, it's my dad's birthday. Just got done with dinner. And I came down here and I'm rushing around trying to find all my stuff, and I literally could not find for the life of me last week's kit that we painted. I thought, who knows? The cats take things and they run off with them, so I thought that they just disappeared, but then I found it. I hid it from myself. All right, I'm gonna tip you guys down and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'm gonna use probably some sponges and some paint brushes today. So this one says Charm, and then it'll say Lucky behind it, and then there's little clovers and things to put on here to make it super cute. All right, I have two greens I'm gonna use and some white if I can find it. Where's my white? Here we go. So I'm gonna use a lime green and a regular like Kelly green, and then some white. And then we've got like a rainbow. There's a rainbow on here, so I might use all the rainbow colors on those pieces, but we will see. So let me kind of lay it out first of all. And then these get glued on the back side of the other one, and it will flip. It will be interchangeable for the seasons, so for the holidays, not seasons. So we have got Lucky and then Charm down here at the bottom. So yeah, if I do, it looks like, hey Ashley, hi Jackie. Looks like I'm getting comments over there, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna pull up a rainbow real quick. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can pull up. My mouse quit working on me earlier. Let's see if it's working again. Sometimes it just quits working randomly, but I think it really does need a new battery. Let's see if I can find the file. Hi Donna, how are you? Let's see. You guys, I got some new kits. They're on the website already. If you shop around, you'll find them, but I have some posts. I'm launching them later this week, so they're out there if you find them, but I haven't really made any announcements on them yet. All right, come on. Where's this thing at? I wanted to see the rainbow colors that they did in the picture, but I'm not finding the picture. We're just gonna have to go ahead and get started, I guess, without it and wing it. So the farm trucks that we have, those are one of the best sellers. I have a new round that will interchange with all those interchangeables. So if you're not into the farm trucks, which a lot of my customers are, but a few people have said that they're not, then you could get the interchangeable round and you could use the same inserts in there. So that's one of the things that's launching. Okay, so they did greens and oranges actually, and they did not do the rainbow. I like that with the orange. I'm gonna copy that. Either orange or I do have gold. So let's see. We'll see when we get to it exactly how I wanna do it. All right. Let's see here. So we're gonna do dark green, light green. Actually, let's see here. They did dark green, orange. I think I'm gonna do gold instead of orange. And then light green, dark green, orange. So that's their pattern. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of copy that, but we're gonna do it differently. Hello, Patty, how are you? So let me get some of this paint on the palette. I'm gonna need quite a bit of the greens, so just squeeze a bunch of that out of there. And then I think we're gonna go with gold. I think gold will be pretty cool. So I'm gonna get some of that on my plate too. And I think I'm gonna paint to get started. So let's move these out of the way. I did this backwards. I didn't even have it spelled out right. It's a good thing that I wasn't like gluing it down or something. Hi, Linda. Lucky. So we're gonna do dark green for this background. You guys hear the cats behind me. They're in their cage. I say cage, but look, I'm going to show you guys because some people get offended that I lock them up. They're in this giant thing. It's as tall as I am, and it's like 3 of me wide. So they are not suffering. And they go in there to sleep, and they go in there when I'm live because I cannot have them out while I'm painting. They will be right in my face, and they'll get paint everywhere. But they're not kept in cages. They're very much loved. Anyways, they're back there making a bunch of noise right now because they don't want to be in there. They want to be snuggling, but snuggle time will be when we're done. Hi, Dorothy. All right, so we got our dark green background, and then I'm going to move my letter out of the way. Do we have another dark green? So we'll have, this will be light green, this will be gold, or however we do that. This one will be dark green again too. So I'm going to do this one real quick. Lucky. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing that right. What is your favorite holiday to decorate for? Aside from Christmas, everybody likes Christmas and fall. So other than those two, what is your favorite holiday to decorate for? I know my followers here, personally, I get a lot of requests for St. Patrick's Day every year, so I stick with it. I know some people don't, but I do have a lot of requests for St. Patty's stuff, so we stick with that. Spring, I'm so excited for spring. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys like. Like, what are you looking for me to add to the website? What kind of designs? Like, you like flowers for spring? Some people like the bees and the butterflies and things like that, sunflowers, different, like, I don't know, just whatever you're looking for. Easter, Easter's another big one. I love Easter. It's really weird this year because there's not very much time in between St. Patrick's Day and Easter, so I was having a hard time with my calendar trying to figure out when to release kits and when to be able to paint them live. So there's not as many this year as I would like, but it's just because there's not that much time. All right, so LU, and we're gonna have CKY. I gotta keep laying this out so I don't do it wrong. We're gonna do this one gold, and then these two are gonna be green backgrounds. So let me change this. This is gonna be my lighter green. And I don't change, I do not clean out my brush. I just use the same color. Or the same brush. Unless I'm going to a darker color. Or from a darker color. Sometimes I'll switch it out, but usually I just use the same brush. I was thinking this was more of a lime color, but it's kind of, I don't know, like a pastel-y kind of green. Mint green. Reminds me of some chewing gum. Hello, Deb. All right, and then this one is also going to be green, the same light green that we just used. And then we'll switch over and do gold for our final background. And then once we have the backgrounds all done, we get to go and start doing the 3D elements and then adding in all of our extra fun finishing touches, our embellishments and things, highlights, polka dots, whatever we choose to put on here. And I just kind of clean up the edges with my fingers. All right, and then because I'm going to gold and I've got green on my brush, I will switch. But when I was just doing 2 different greens, I didn't switch brushes. They were fine. Oh wait, we still got to do our We still got to do the other background too. We'll do that in a second. Let me do the charms background. All right, so this one is going to be done in gold. I love this gold. It's the folk art, I think it's pure gold. It's just so sparkly and it covers so good. You guys probably don't see the shimmer in the camera like I do in person, but it's very, very pretty. Can you guys see that? I don't think you guys get the same color effects there. Hi, Heather. All right, so we got all that, and then we're gonna have, this piece is gonna have, so how'd they do theirs? They did theirs kind of like ombre. I did like dark green and then lighter green on the edges. I'm gonna kind of copy that. I'm not doing the exact same colors. I'm not gonna do the exact same everything, but I am gonna kind of copy that. So let's go. I'm gonna start out by doing some light green on the edges here. And then I'll go and do some dark green in the middle, and then I'll use my sponge to kind of blend them together and give it that ombre effect. And actually just using the brush will do that, but we'll get it a little bit better with the sponges. It already has done a great job. Let me grab some scissors here. And the trick to the ombre is just making sure that you've got wet paint. So I went over farther than what I really want it to be, but I'll go back with the darker green and it will blend. It should blend good that way. Pretty seamless on this end, so that's how exactly what I was going for. I want the darkest part to be right in the middle, and then for it to fade out to the lighter part. So there we go. Hi, Tamara. We are doing the other side of this sitter that we did last week. So last week we did Be My Valentine, and it's double-sided. So this week we're doing the Lucky Charm for that kit. All right, so we have got this background done. Let's move that out of the way. I'm gonna move right over here onto the word charm, and I'm gonna do that in gold. And I'm just gonna use my brush because I've already got my brush out, but typically I probably would use a sponge for this to keep it cleaner because they're smaller pieces. Like I said, since I already have the brush out and with that paint on it, we're gonna just go with that. I don't sell my finished pieces, but if you sell your finished pieces, you might want to just stick with a sponge or a smaller brush, so that way your edges stay nice and crisp and clean. All right, so this will go on the front. I'm gonna let it dry, but this will go on the front of this. So Lucky Charm is what it's gonna say. Hi, Joan. I think it's gonna be cute finished. I hope it's gonna be cute finished. So I'm gonna kind of lay these out again. L-U-C-K-Y, Charm. All right, so just to kind of get an idea of what colors I wanna use on the background, or on the, not the backgrounds, but the little letters. So I'm gonna do both of these in a lighter green. No, we're not. Hold on. Yes, we are though. Lighter green, darker green, I think. And then this one will be done in gold. Or this one could have gold too then. This is the part that I struggle with. Hi, Nancy. Just figuring out where to put the colors. So if I go by what they did on theirs, and my colors are totally different than hers, but if I did that, she's only got one, what would be gold letter, and that would be this one. But I feel like I want more than one gold letter. Whoops, you can hear my packaging falling over. Oh, I'm so torn, but I don't, okay, so I don't want dark green on dark green, obviously. The light green, so this could either be light green or gold. This one could be dark green and probably should be dark green. So maybe I'll do gold on these two. Light green on these two, dark green on this one. Oh, it's risky. It's risky. Let's see. Now I just forgot how I said that. I think I said gold on these two, right? Let's try gold on, oops, shoot. Shoot. I stuck my green brush on the gold. All right, grab my gold brush. We're gonna do the K. And this has got, looks like some 3D elements that go on top of it. I haven't looked at it today. I don't remember. It's been a couple weeks since I've cut this kit. But actually, while I look over here at this example, yes, there should be a 3D element that goes on top of here. So this will give it some more pop of color as well. All right, so we've got Lucky, Y, and gold. There's gold paint dripping through here. It's the only thing I don't like is when you use the brushes that it does kind of get caked in some of the letters. I think that gold looks really good against that color. So we are gonna do that. Darn it, I got it all over here. Let me see if I can clean that up real quick. Got a tissue right here. I used to keep like baby wipes down here for that purpose, but I don't have any down here. All right, so we are gonna do gold again on this same color background. So the C will get gold. Am I in the camera still? Okay, making sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. And then we'll figure out what colors we're gonna do. We're gonna do the colors on the other ones. Okay. These just are got very sloppy on my edges there. Okay. So then on the on these dark ones, we're gonna go with the light green, right? So light green, and then this one will be a dark green. I think that's how I said we were gonna do that. I don't think I'm in the camera right now. I'm just painting my letter K with my brush, but I think I'm gonna switch actually to, maybe not, it ended up working out all right. So I'm gonna switch to a sponge. It would be easier for sure. I'm trying to avoid having a huge mess to clean up when I'm done here. I still gotta work out and I have a few other things that need to be done down here. Okay, so that would mean the L would also be in that light green. So I'm just gonna go over here. I know I'm not in the camera. I'm kind of off to the side, sorry. Too much stuff in the way. As soon as I'm done with these, I'll be able to start gluing some together, and then I'll have more space right here in front of the camera for you guys to see what I'm doing. All right, which means that we just have one dark green one, which is gonna be this U. Let me see if you guys can see if I move this out of the way like this. There we go, now you guys will be able to watch. I'm just kind of doing a second coat right away to make it a little bit better coverage. Hey, buddy. All right, so I am gonna get out some glue. And everybody always asks what glue I use. So this is the kind that I use. You wanna make sure you get the CA thick. You get it on Amazon. I've used the thin when there was no thick in stock, and it will do the trick, but it's very, very thin and hard to use. So if you can't get the thick, you could use the thin, but I recommend using the CA thick if you're able to get it. So then I just put a little bit of glue on the back sides of my letters, and the letters are etched onto your piece, so you know right where to set them. I literally just use the tiny dab of glue, not very thick amount of glue at all. So if you guys are watching on the replay even, please just let me know that you're here. You can type replay so I know that you watched on the replay, but also let me know what kind of kits you're looking forward to doing this year. I like to make sure I have stuff available that you guys are interested in. Obviously I can't have everything, but I'd like to have some ideas of what to get added on. I've got paint everywhere. I always am covered in paint, but I feel like I'm super covered tonight. Our last little piece right here to get glued. For now, at least. Is our L. I do like the contrast, the way that the colors are, the front and the backgrounds of these, so I'm glad that we went with the colors we did. For this one, they're a little bit smaller. I'm just gonna put the glue right on here. And I just do the big parts like you're seeing. I don't do the inside parts of the smaller letters. They're too hard. There we go. Now let me find the right, so we got a bunch of little pieces, and some of these actually are hearts, so they must have gone to the other side that we just didn't use. So like this, I think goes to that, I think, or nope, maybe this goes to this, this goes to this. Whatever, we'll figure it out in a second. So I just gotta figure out what size. I think this is the right size. For these. Okay, so these I think I'm gonna do in the dark green. I think I'm gonna do those ones in dark green. Hi, Karen. And then we've got some random little pieces that I think go on some of these backgrounds. So we'll do those in a second. I am gonna need a little bit of black because we have got our cute little, I don't know, pot of gold, whatever that is, like a cauldron it looks like, the pot itself. And then we've already got gold because we're doing our some of our pieces in gold. All right, so I said I wanted to do these in the dark green because the light green is what is right directly behind where these clovers are gonna sit. So I'm doing them in dark green to give that contrast. And then I'll set these off to the side, and then I'll just do, I'm gonna switch to sponges now because the rest of this is all small pieces and I feel like I already have paint everywhere on me. So I'm gonna do this little pot in black. And then I think it should have a cutout that fits inside of it, I'm guessing. Let's see if we can find one. No, that's too big. Maybe it'll just go on top of it even though. That one fits. So we'll do something with that. These are gonna be gold, obviously they're coins. Let's grab another sponge here. Hi, Joan. And same thing with these coins. I love this gold, it is so shimmery and pretty. Okay. I'm gonna do another coat of this black. It's kind of drying like a dark gray, and I want it to be nice and dark instead of light. Whoops. Okay. And then for the inside of this, probably, well, let's wait a second. We're gonna put it together and see. I'm gonna do a little dab of glue on the clovers, get those glued down. And again, thank goodness for that etching, so you know right where to put them. Now they will slide around a little bit until they dry, so I try to make sure that my surface stays nice and flat once I glue it down. Oops, this one I feel like I'm having a hard time lining it up, so I'm gonna move this because it's not perfectly flat. There's up on a little bump on here. Hi, Pam. Let's see. So right here, these will get glued down right here. That's our little money. Little coins on our U. So now, like, looking forward, or sorry, looking backwards, if I would have looked more forward, I might have chosen to do a different color background on this because the coins now I feel like they kind of blend in with that background, but it's too late now. We're not going backwards, we're going forwards. I think I'm gonna do this in a dark green because the background on it is light green, where if it was a dark green background, I would have done a light green heart. I just kind of look at it and try to bring all the colors into all the pieces, and also make sure it contrasts against what it's set up against. I'm just gonna do some glue right here and a little dab inside of there, and I'm just gonna try to lay it all down real quick because it's gonna move, it's gonna wiggle around a bit until it's dry. I wanna make sure that it's where I want it. See, same thing with this. I would have made sure that my letter wasn't gold. I would have done that. I would have done it different. Too late now. You can set that right on my dresser, please. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so now we still have some other little pieces that we can do here. Get rid of the little hearts that I have. Got a few pieces that are left over. So here's our charm heart. How cute is that? And then, so LU, I'm gonna kind of lay it out in front of myself here. CKY, thank you. I think it's still cute, but like I said, I would have made a few changes looking forward if I could have, but you know, that's what happens when you paint live. Let's see. So we've got all these little pieces. We can kind of throw them around on here. Let's see if we can get some added to these three, because there's embellishments on everything else. So maybe, I don't think these will fit. Do they fit on here? No, they're not meant to fit. So on here you see there's the etched, they're not meant to fit in there. So don't worry about trying to fit those on there. But I can throw a different one on there. And this part you want to leave open space because it's going to all be flat like this. And the charm fits down here. So I guess let's look at it like that together. Let's see. So we've already got something here. Let's give it something here, maybe. Oh, I don't know. How did they do theirs? So they did do theirs like this. They had a C. They had some pieces inside of it like this. And then for her K, she's got a big one. That one's too big. Over here. Let's see if we can make this one over here. I like that better. This one's gigantic over here. I'm gonna lay it out like they did, and they actually put an extra one on top of here too. So I'm gonna lay it out like that. but I'm gonna try to change up my colors a little bit. So this one doesn't have any gold on it. You see what I'm saying? It's got a dark green background, the light green, no gold. So we're gonna make a gold clover for this one, just to bring in that color. Hello, Monica. And our clovers, you know, are usually green, so we're just trying, you know, making things a little bit different, but that's all right. I don't want it to lay right on any of those because it's not meant to actually fit on there, so I'm just kind of setting it on there differently. This one, we've got the light green, the gold. We don't have any dark green, so I'm going to make both of these dark green. And then I'll just go over it again real quick. And then I think we'll lay it kind of like so. Just kind of make them wonky just so they're on there. This one we've got light green gold. So I guess this will be dark green too. Just to bring all the colors in together. Is this dark green? This is the dark green. What was I saying? Darn it. Okay, so we're gonna make this one light green. That's all right. It looks really gross right now. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. It looks muddy. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and then go back over it with the lighter green, and it'll be just fine. And then over here on this one, we're gonna go back to gold again because we've got both greens on that board already. Okay, I'm gonna glue down the ones that I know I'm done with, which is this one and a few others. That one we're not finished with yet. We gotta fix it, so we're gonna wait on it a minute. I think I'm gonna add some polka dots on some of my clovers. What do you guys think? Just some white polka dots, I'm thinking. All right, gotta wait on this one. Almost done with it. And then I'll just do some polka dots and maybe a few little details and we'll be all finished, and I can take some pictures and I'll be able to share that with you guys probably tomorrow. I swear. Yeah, it is. It looked like the light green. Honest to goodness, it looked like the light green, I feel like. But with the lighter one on there, it looks better. So, did that right. I'm just going to kind of make it wonky a little bit. I don't like it to be too straight. I like it to be on a little angle. And I think I got everything glued down. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I am going to get out some white now for our dots. But I'm not going to use this white. It's too thin. I'm going to use the acrylic, like student grade white instead of the actual craft paint. It will be thicker. I'll have to use the heat gun to dry it, especially with the cats around now because they'll climb into it and get it all over everything. So, all right, and then what I like to do is use the back of a paintbrush, just the end, not the paintbrush end, the opposite end. And I'm gonna dip my paintbrush in there and we're just going to start adding some dots. And I like to do them kind of in a triangular pattern so that they're not overlapping. I feel like they tend to look better this way. You want some of them to kind of hang off the edges just to make them look realistic. So I'll show you that first one right there. Look how cute. Just a little detail just finishes it off, I think, perfectly. And I am going to do this on all of the, at least all the green clovers, maybe not on the gold ones, or maybe we'll add some green dots on the gold ones. We'll see. Just thinking out loud at the moment. So how cute is that piece? Hi, Rosa. Hey, Vicky, thank you. All right, I'm gonna set that off to the side. Again, this one has green, so I'm gonna go into the white. I'm gonna give it some polka dots. And just keep following that same triangular pattern on all of these. It just kind of spaces out your dots so that you don't have a whole cluster of dots in one spot and none in another spot. And again, try to hang some off of your edges. There's that piece. Now, if I would have thought of this before I glued the pieces down, I would have done this one the same way, but I don't know. We might still be able to. It's just going to be trickier to do if you've already glued it down. Oops, I thought I was done. I have another one to go. This one's so teeny tiny. So I could switch to a smaller brush for this, but I didn't. I just kept them on there. Kept going the same. If you wanted to, you could do the same thing on your letters. I'm not gonna get that detailed today. I am gonna try to polka dot on this one, but like I said, it's gonna be harder because I've already got it glued down. So it's not as easy to make it look realistic. You can't have it hanging off the edges and whatnot on this way. I think I did a pretty decent job of it. I think I did pretty good anyway. So I'm gonna run the heat gun over these real quick, try and dry them up a bit, and then set it all together and make sure it looks the way I want it to. Add any final touches if I decide to do anything more to it, and then that will be it. Before I had the cat, I did not. I think that little paw, it is cute, isn't it? It's just a little tiny dot. Before I had the cats, I didn't use the heat gun, but now that I've got them in here, I have to, because they'll find it and they'll get into it and I'll have paint everywhere. So my little trick is I heat it until I hear the paint pop, and then I just kind of flatten the bubbles down. It's probably not the best for it, but that's how I do mine to make sure they're dry before I put them out. Hi Vicky, hi Tracy. I'm still wondering about some green on the gold one, so give me a second here. All right, so Lucky Charm. What do you guys think? Do we need green dots on the gold ones. We've only got 2 golds, or should I just leave them as gold? I think I'm leaving them as gold. It's kind of my thoughts. Hi, Pam. I think I like it like this. So then I'll show you how you put this together when you're all done. This doesn't have to get glued. It's just going to get inserted on the other side. I'm going to take all of these pieces out, and you're going to match them up. So, and they might not match up perfectly with your letters, like the Y and the Y go together. So you might have to turn, you know, you might not just get to turn it around. You might have to kind of play with it to see where it needs to go. But that one does not work. This must be this one. So you're going to glue them down, and there's going to be a tab on one of them that sticks out a little bit. That's how they get inserted into the holder, the stand. This one must go here. So I'll glue these all down, and then I'll show you. I'm not going to paint this. I'm not. You can. I would paint it probably black because it's going to have different holidays on each side. I'm not going to paint mine. I'm just going to leave it the wood color. I should have probably honestly taken a picture of this before. My Y slid. Oh, slid pretty good. That's all right. Just want to line it up, make sure it's sitting on there pretty good. And do the same thing with each piece. So it's pretty easy to put these together. Let's see, my U slid a little bit too, which from a distance you're not even gonna be able to tell, but up close I can tell. So you just want to make sure they're flat. Hi, Denise. When you're letting your glue dry. Otherwise they will slide a little bit out of place. All right, we're just gonna let this sit here for just a second. Should be done with my glue now. Sponges while we wait on this, and then all I'll have left to do is clean my paintbrushes. I have to hide my paints now, like my paint palette. All this stuff used to just sit out. I have to hide it because the cats get into everything. So I have to put wet paint into the drawer. That's okay. All right, is this dry? Nope, still wiggling around a little bit. We're gonna let it sit again for a second or so more. These are all doing really good though, so it shouldn't take too much longer. And then I'll be able to show you guys it all put together. So here's what your insert looks like, your stand. Okay, so there's 3 right here in the middle, and that is where your charm's gonna go on the one side, and on the other side, Valentine will go. And then your main blocks will go in all those middle ones. So it'll be, you'll just be able to turn it around to interchange it. So I'll be able to show you that in just a second. So, today we painted Lucky Charms, so we're gonna do this. 4-legged tornadoes, yes. I told them they're lucky, they're cute, because they're very naughty, especially Zoe. She is a little tyrant. She's so cute though, but she's a naughty girl. She's wild. Okay. All right, so look, oops. Look at me throw it around. So the side's probably not gonna be right that I'm gonna show you right now. It's not staying standing for me. All right, so this side is all over the place, right? Doesn't spell it out right, so you're gonna have to move your stuff around. However, it's interchangeable. This is the side that we did tonight. Last week we did I don't know why I'm having a hard time getting it in its spot there. You might want to glue it down. I glue mine down when I'm going to use them. So this one says Lucky Charm. How cute is that? Hi, Dawn. And then I'll flip it again real quick for you guys and show you the other side. If you weren't here live last week, the replay is on here somewhere, but also it's on YouTube. I save all my replays to YouTube. They're easier to find that way if you're searching for something specific. So the opposite side of this same side that we just did will say Be My Valentine. Okay? And this kit is on sale, 20% off through Sunday at midnight. So if you guys want it, grab it while it's on sale. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you guys again soon. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.